His wife, Andrea Yates, was convicted of capital murder for drowning their 5 young children last June.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Andrea Yates, guilty of capital murder as charged in the indictment.
Yates showed little reaction in the courtroom to the verdict, but according to defense attorney George Parnham, Yates is upset.
Very upset, very upset.
Rusty Yates dropped his head in his hands and cried at the verdict. On the opposite side of the courtroom, Yates' mother, Karen Kennedy, appeared visibly shaken. After 17 days of emotional and often heartbreaking testimony, jurors took just 3.5 hours to reach their decision, all but one avoiding looking at Yates as they returned to render their verdict.
No, I obviously don't agree with the verdict, but it's my job as a lawyer to accept it.
Defense attorneys had argued that Yates was legally insane and grossly psychotic when she drowned the children, believing she was saving them from hell.
I'm not critiquing or criticizing the verdict, but it seems to me that we're still back in the days of the Salem witchcraft.
But the jury obviously agreed with the prosecution, which argued Yates knew her actions were wrong despite her mental illness. Neither the prosecutors who argued the case or District Attorney Chuck Rosenthal had any comment.
Can't comment yet. Gag order still in force. It will be till the end of the trial. I'll comment then.
A trying day in court as one by one friends and family of Andrea Yates beg for her life. Best friend Debbie Holmes returns to the stand with a desperate plea.
Just to talk about my beautiful friend, my sweet Andrea.
The prosecution did not present any witnesses.
We'll settle for whatever the jury finds just and right,
leaving it to the defense to try to sway jurors. 4 of Andrea's friends took the stand, followed by 5 family members. Overcome by emotions, Andrea's mother, Karen Kennedy, told jurors, quote, "I'm here pleading for her life. I've lost 7 people in 1 year," referring to her husband, 5 grandchildren, and perhaps Andrea herself. The jury also heard from a tearful Russell Yates, who describes Andrea as caring, tender, and gentle. His mother calls Andrea, quote, "the most compassionate person I've ever met." The defense once again tapped into their primary mental health expert, Dr. Lucy Purrier, who explains the crimes were committed because Andrea Yates was ill. She reassures the jury Yates would not be dangerous as long as she's taking medication. Outside the courtroom, Dr. Purrier expresses her disappointment